Hi guys, I'm going to do a little tutorial here on how to make different sections for your A and B classes. This could be really important if you worry about due dates, about available dates, if you want an assignment or something available on the day that students are in your class with you or on their remote day and not before and not after. This is the way to do it. Having said that, at the very beginning, this isn't a purpose possibly of Canvas, and so there are some little, not glitches, but things that aren't incredibly user-friendly. And so having said that, this tutorial will walk you through everything, and I will tell you the pros and cons of doing this. So what you can do is if you go into settings and you go into sections up here, you can add new sections. So I can add a section like Monday A, and then I can add another one that's Tuesday A. So this would be if I have two of the same classes. So let's say I have an Algebra 1 first hour and Algebra 1 7th hour. Well, I'm going to see those A kids on Monday, and then I'm going to see my 7th hour A kids on Tuesday. And I want all of these to be defined differently, because I might want to assign something for Monday with a different due date than I assign something for Tuesday. So if I want to, I could keep going and say Wednesday B and then Thursday B. If you have a class that's just a one and done, if you just have a class on Monday and Wednesday because it's only second hour, then you can just do Group A and Group B. Okay, this would be if for this class I have it all the different days. Okay, so now what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take all of these and cross-list them into your sandbox. So if you've already cross-listed your classes and they're all in your first hour class, then this you're just going to keep doing the same way. So I'm going to open up Thursday B, I'm going to cross-list it, and I want to cross-list it into my sandbox. Yours obviously would be into your first hour class or whatever it is, and hopefully you've named them because it sure makes it a lot easier if you've named them. And so I'm going to go one by one and I'm going to cross list these all into my sandbox. When they did this at the middle school, they're actually not 100% sure that you have to do this step, but it's been working well and they have done this step, and so you kind of hate to ignore this step and then have it not work later on. Cross-listing is pretty important because if it's not done right, then your grades the whole time will be off. And so, yeah, it seems to be working for them, so hopefully it would work for what we want as well. Okay, and so I've cross-listed all of 4 of those into my sandbox. So now they're all living in my sandbox course. And that's the one that I am using as my basis. So now let's look at how this looks. So this can be done in anything that assigns grades to kids. So that would be assignments, that would be quizzes, that would be discussions. Okay, you cannot do it with pages. You can't take a page and assign it to just Group A or just Group B. It's only things that you can assign. So if I add an assignment here, I can give it some name, test. And then if I come all the way down here, you can assign it to everyone. Well, I don't want to assign it to everyone. I want to assign it to my Monday A kids. And then I'm going to set an available date. Let's make this one on the 27th and then this one on the 28th. It's due. But now my Tuesday A group, I don't want it on the 27th. I want to make that one on the 28th. And then that one's not going to be due till the 31st. So I know these dates don't really make sense with these dates, but that's okay. You get the idea. So my Monday A can have a different availability than my Tuesday A. Due dates, too, you can make different. So I don't know. I'm going to have this one due on the 31st, and I'm going to have this one due on the 31st as well. So just to make it easy. But you see you can like change all of this. Side note, the untils can kind of be a pain. So a lot of teachers at the middle school have just gone to setting the untils until the end of the semester, or just leave them blank. You don't even need an until, but you can have an available from. So this is where this won't populate until you want them to be able to see it. So they won't get it early, they won't get it late, they won't get anything like that. So that's kind of nice. I could keep adding You do want to assign it to all of your kids if you want to use the Infinite Campus Sync. If you do not assign it to everyone in your class, then it won't sync with Infinite Campus, is one thing they found. So there are some workarounds if you don't want it to assign to everyone. You could just have it to your A kids, but then you know that that's one that you would have to manually generate in Infinite Campus and just excuse the other kids. It'll also give you a warning when you hit save. I can actually show you right now. So it says, would you like to go back in and to include Sandbox? So because these are all cross-listed to my Sandbox class, I have to also, and I usually do it in the first one, put it in my Sandbox class. So what would this look like for you? Well, you would have your Monday A or your Group A or whatever, and then you need to put it in your actual class. So if you're cross-listed, you can probably just put it in that first class. If you're not cross-listed, you want to put it into all of the classes that these kids are in. What that does is that allows Infinite Campus and Canvas to be able to talk, because this guy, Monday A, isn't an Infinite Campus known class. So Infinite Campus won't talk to Monday A. But if this were my true class, okay, this one's one I just called Sandbox, but if this said Algebra 1 with the code and everything like that, now Infinite Campus will talk back and forth. You don't need to add your actual classes to any of the other to assign tos. Okay, you just need to assign it or put it in one. The suggestion was to put it into the very first due date. That's will help keep all the due dates straight. Also, you don't have to put this in right now, and a reason for that would be if you don't want kids working ahead, because as soon as this goes in there, then the kids will actually be able to see the assignment. And so if I don't do this, then my due dates and my available froms will all work. They just won't work and won't be synced. So the teacher at the middle school said she is concerned about that. She doesn't want kids to see things early. So she's setting it up like this. She's hitting save. She's ignoring the warning. She's assigning it. She's using the SpreedGrader to grade it. She's doing all of those kind of things. And then when she's ready to sync, she comes back and tells it what the actual class is. So you can always add this later. You can do everything else first and add this later. And that can be one of those things you kind of play around with and figure out if it's important to you or not, okay? Once you hit save, oh, I had external tool. Let's just do no submission. Oh, I need a due date. Okay, so it's going to be annoying, but you can tell what this would look like. So I'm going to cancel. In your gradebook, everything looks the same. So if you go to your grades when you've done this, you will just have one grade that will show that. So I made that one called test or something like that. There will just be this one that's test. All the kids should be white like this with a line through it because it should be assigned to all of them. If it's gray like this, then something went wrong in some of the kids it hasn't been assigned to. And so, yeah, it should be assigned to all of them. If you don't assign it to all again, it won't sync with the Sandbox. And so if these aren't all white, it won't sync with, sorry, not the Sandbox, with Infinite Campus. So just be careful about that. You can't preview this assignment if you have it assigned to A, B, C, because it needs to be assigned to everyone for the test student to work. So if you want to preview it, if you want to go in as a test student and look at it, go ahead and assign it to everyone, look at it, make sure it's good, then go back and assign it to group A, B, C, or A, B, and all those different things. I hope that gives you some direction. If you have more questions, please reach out and ask me. I'm learned a lot from the middle school. I would say off the top of my head, like over half, probably 60 to 70% of the teachers have done this at this point because they really wanted to keep these two courses straight in their heads about what's due, what's not, and for ease of the students that they just see what's assigned to their group. So I hope that helps you. Shoot me an email if you want a little one-on-one or any help with this, okay? Thanks, bye.